Hello everyone. Welcome back to Happy Dragon Hand Drawings for another dragon drawing tutorial. I know I've already done a few of these, but actually those will be deleted after this video and the few after this because I'm going to be trying to redo them and put some better content out there because they were somewhat lacking. So yeah, in this video we will be learning how to draw dragon heads. And it's something that I've practiced a lot. A lot of you know that dragons are my favorite thing to draw, and yeah, I want to share with you guys how I do it. So let me not forget to screen share, and let's jump into the tutorial. All right, so I got here. I'm using a drawing tablet that is hooked up to my computer. And if you are serious into art, I do recommend getting a drawing tablet. But if you don't have the money, or you you're not that into drawing, then by all means, the same steps that I am using here can be used on paper with pencil. And yeah, I'm changing almost nothing using the drawing tablet. There's a few more options that are opened up when I use the drawing tablet, but the concept is exactly the same in digital art for me as it is in conventional art. Um, so with a dragon head, the with pretty much any dragon, one can usually break it down into two circles and then build all the details from those two circles. So I've got them labeled here. The first circle is usually smaller than the other, is the nose circle, and the second one is the jaw circle. And I will show you how this is broken down and added details to and stuff like that. So I usually start with the horn and the beak, and this is one specific type of dragon, but it's the type that I draw the most. So whenever I'm drawing a quick dragon, I tend to just start with this. So just a nice little curve there, then coming down for the beak, and it doesn't have to exactly follow that shape, but I find that that is a um, good looking shape for the mouth to follow. And then the horn comes down, and the brow uh, curves up about right here, then goes back and turns into the horn. Now, this is a very simple and easy way of drawing a dragon. And as you can see, I just use those first two circles and built everything from that. Um, draw the eye. I got a little nostril there, and then you have an obvious dragon. Well, I mean, like it's obviously a dragon. It's not very detailed. It's not really pretty or um, impressive, but it's a good dragon. And I'm going to show you how you can use this same concept of uh, circles to draw pretty much any type of dragon that you want. Um, but first, I'm going to show you some of the dragon heads that I have drawn. Um, let me see if I can find it. Sorry for this dead air while I'm trying to find it. No, that is not it. Well, actually, this works though. So, here's one dragon that I didn't finish drawing it, but I did start. Um, and let's take a look at the head really quickly. And as you can see, I started with those two circles, the one for the jaw and one for the nose. And then I just kept on adding detail from there with the scales and the eye and these webs and yeah. So that same concept of just two circles can draw just a flat um, a flat uh, portrait like you saw that I just quickly sketched, or it can draw a 3D, very detailed um, dragon head like this one, depending on how you use it. So let's go back to this. Now, the first thing I'm going to teach you, I've showed you how to do this portrait, and now I'm going to show you how to make it more 3D before we start getting into the details. So again, two circles. The size doesn't. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, and you can see that I put the nose circle lower than the jaw circle this time, and that's because I'm going to draw it um, kind of in the same position that we saw this one, close to, anyways. And the different thing that I do when I'm drawing a 3D uh, view on a dragon head is I draw this little kind of like a tapered rectangle. And this represents, well, this line right here represents the line on the top of the head right here. And I'm going to now build everything else off of these three shapes. The horn is not going to be just a flat crescent like the first one we drew. Instead, it'll come up not flat going off of the circle, but at sort of an angle off the circle. And then it's okay to draw a line through the circle to come down and draw the beak. And then come back with the mouth, come under with the jaw, and we can add the nostrils in. And the eye under here, and the horns coming back. And then we can draw the brow coming down, and there we have a bit of a more complex version of what we just drew up here. Then, so you see how we can change the position of the head, and I'll jot out a few. I'll go a little faster with this, but I'll jot out a few more positions. This is a fat dragon. And yeah, so you see how I use just those shapes to uh, draw dragons in completely different positions. So let me get rid of all this. And now let me see if I can find that one I was trying to show you earlier. Here it is. There we go. All right, so here's some other dragon heads that I've done, and with these, um, this is actually these dragons are based off of D&D dragons, which I don't support D&D in any way, but I think the concept of dragons in that game is very cool. The way they do silver dragons and bronze dragons and personalize the different dragons and stuff like that. So I decided to try to draw the different types of some of the different types of dragons. And so with these also, I use those two circles to get me set up. And this is one of the big things with using those circles is that they they don't always have to be the same shape, and the way that you change the shapes can completely change the dragon that you want to draw. So I'm gonna bring um, my drawing paper down here, and I'm going to show you the different shapes that I use for each of these dragons. So for this silver dragon here, I I just used the same circles are slightly elongated and turned into ovals, and then I just uh, came back with that horn and the eye right here, these flaps right here, and yeah. And so, just real quickly there, this drawing took me a while, but real quickly, that is basically the way that I set it up. And so, just changing the position and size and shape of these circles that mainly set up my drawings, I completely changed the appearance of the dragon, and also just adding different details. Like obviously, this one has like different horns and these big webs and stuff like this. But the shape of the head is due to the way I changed the circles at the beginning. Now for this guy up here, um, it was very similar to the first ones that we drew, honestly. And so there was just basically it was that, and then I drew this nice little, oops, this nice little, I don't know, helmet. I don't know what this is called, but it's cool looking. And curve that around, and eye with a brow and nostrils, and of course the open mouth and the spikes coming down here. and that nice thick jaw muscle right there. And then I have that type of dragon right there. And then for the last dragon down here, oops. For this one, it was like a circle about like this, and then a very elongated oval for the nose circle. And then I just came back and had those nice ram horns coming out, and the eye, and this cheek horn, and the web, and these chin scales. And then that was the way I set this dragon up. So I've shown you how these two circles can be used to draw different positions, and also to draw um, different types of dragons with different details and whatnot. And so I'm not going to go into all the detail making, but you can see uh, with these dragons here that there's not very much lacking detail. Let me zoom in a little bit. I actually zoomed in to where the dragon head was taking up most of the page. At points, I even got to about this large, but you can see all the very, very fine details in here that really just kind of make the drawing. And I'm not going to get into all of that in this video, but hopefully you guys found it helpful that I was able to um, show you guys just the main basic setup of dragon heads. And maybe in a future video, I will get more into the details and maybe some of the anatomy and common features of dragon heads. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Close out all my tabs. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Bye.